Hello, Joker. Hello.
Hello, Shasta. Hello, GDQ. As Shasta said, my name is j0kerr. This is going to be a presentation of Sonic R 100% No Out of Bounds. There are some glitches in some of the courses that you can go out of bounds in and completely negate the entire course, but we're not going to do that. We're going to play it through the entire way. I'm not alone here. I have a good friend of mine here alongside with me on the virtual couch. Say hello to the fans, Hypnoshark.
Yes, sir. Yes, you do. I got front row seats to this one, and I can't wait. You're going to kill it, man. You're going to absolutely kill it. But yeah, Sonic R 100%. Short but sweet. And yeah, like I said, j0kerr's going to kill it. So
just a preface of exactly what could happen here. I did just a generic warm-up run before we went live, and as I was talking with Hypno, I set a PB by almost 15 seconds. So
let's go.
It sounds like it's going to be a good day here.
It was quite a warm-up.
Yeah, it's quite a warm-up. What we're going to do here is with character selection, we're actually going to play as Knuckles, and we'll explain that here in a little bit once we get in. And we're also not going to start on the first track. We're starting with Reactive Factory, and that's another bit of routing that we'll explain here as the run goes on. But if everybody's ready, I'm ready, and I'll give you a countdown.
I'd say we are personally.
All right, let's go. Countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and race.
Well, Spare see a lot of dancing moves in Chatter's entire run.
I'm expecting to see a lot of dancing emotes as I look back through this.
Yeah, I feel like I might be partially to blame for that. My sincerest apologies, but you know, that's how it is.
Ooh, that's really good. So, yeah, so the goal of 100% is to get 5 Sonic coins and then collect all 7 emeralds through the 4 main tracks. The first track has 1 emerald. The rest of the tracks until Radiant Emerald have 2. So you're going to see me go do a couple things here to try to get these coins, kind of go out of the way just a little bit to pick up those Sonic coins. And I'll also try to collect as many rings as I can because the emeralds are behind gates that open up with rings. Most of them are 50 ring gates. Some of them are 20 ring gates that will still need to open up. So I'm going to try to do my best to collect all of the rings that I can. One of the things you may notice and see that it is snowing and there is ice on the ground. And that is by design. We play on easy mode because it makes things a little bit easier for us, obviously. We also play with snow, and we play with snow so that we can skip a bunch of the parts of the course going over the ice. It just makes things a lot faster, and it makes it much easier for us to do things like this. Otherwise, this is all water.
Mentioning. Oh, go on. Sorry to interrupt.
No, all I was gonna say is that is all water, so it would be much harder to kind of dodge and jump around through to get to those to that emerald in that submarine.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was basically, so ring routing is a huge part of this run, and you'll see that as we go through the levels here, as j0kerr finishes the first race and prepares for a challenge from Metal Knuckles. This is happening because he got all 5 coins and won the race. This actually has nothing to do with the emeralds. The purpose of the emeralds, which you'll see later, is to unlock Gold Supersonic.
Yep.
And he said Gold Sonic. What a casual. To unlock Supersonic, and that's going to be used for the final race. But ring routing, as I say, very, very important. He's going to on purposely avoid the zippers in the races where he's collecting the coins, because he needs the rings to get the coins and emeralds rather than to go on the zippers. But in races like these, where it's basically an any percent pass, because he's already got everything from the level, he's going to be trying to get 50 rings like this. He has 55, as you can see in the top left. And he's going to go off a zipper, and as you can see, that's very, very fast.
Yeah, the zippers themselves can save a full 50 ring zipper can save like 3 seconds over the course. There's two courses that I will not be going for a full 50 on. One of them we won't even hit the zipper because there's a better shortcut to take. And the other one, personally, I try to go for a shorter version because it makes it easier to cut through to the end of the course. But yeah, we are already just about done here with Reactive Factory and beating Metal Knuckles. So first course out of 4 double races done.
That's really, really good. That was a really, really good start. Again, this is one of the levels that has 2 emeralds. Depending on j0kerr's route, the next level will have 1 or 2. If
we're gonna go to Resort Island.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Or as I like to call it,
this one has 1. Yeah,
I like to call it an any % reset island.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Nice start boost, by the way. Start boosts are done in this game by holding down and mashing the accelerator, whatever you use for accelerate. Oh, that's an awkward coin. Nice,
okay.
Well
That's
done.
okay, I got it.
Well adjusted.
No, I don't like this.
Oh,
don't like that. Don't
this
like
actually, This actually is a good time to showcase RNG. There's a certain amount of item RNG in this game. When you hit the items, you can either get 5 rings, 10 rings, 20 rings, an item that like collects all the gold rings around you, and speed shoes, which is what j0kerr just got. Speed shoes, unlike what the name implies, is actually really bad, because you can't do a lot of the tech in this game whilst you have them, which I'm sure j0kerr will explain now.
That was
some of the tech in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a tree.
Yeah, that's a tree. That's not speed tech. That's just a tree. The main speed tech you're actually going to see here is what's called counterdrifting. As I run into the wall there, I've actually completely spaced the fact that I need more rings here. That's all right. That's why we practice these things. So the main speed tech, like I said, is going to be counterdrifting. So there is a drift mechanic in the game. You have the left and right drift. And what those do is they essentially just slide you over left and right.
Go.
Oh, I'll be able to beat him. He took the... Oh, no. Well...
Yes!
We got it. Nice. All right,
So
cool.
we got the check. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if this is why I gave a cushy estimate, just in case I have to replay a track. Because I brain fart.
I was going to say, did you win that? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. If I did, it was literally by a frame.
Well, I guess we'll see at the end of this.
Yep. If not, I just have to replay and get both of the emeralds, which won't be.
Yeah. So it's not.
Yeah, it won't be too long. But what you're seing here, like I said, is counter drifting. So the drift mechanic actually, when you're holding the drift button, it actually speeds you up to go around the turns. So we manipulate that by flipping the direction that we're drifting while we're turning. So when I go into a turn, I'm holding the right drift, but immediately holding the left drift and then tapping right, or the direction I was turning. That's going to at least keep my momentum and keep my turning going the way that I want to go, help keep me kind of as straight as I can, but it maintains the momentum shift and the power of the... Nope.
No.
I didn't get it.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
Unlucky.
That's okay. We get to hear that song one more time.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
It was all planned out. We get to hear the music one more time. And this will actually be a little bit faster because I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry so much about getting like all of the extra rings and coins. I can just save as many rings as I can, get the 50, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially as there's only 1 Chaos Emerald here as opposed to 2.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, this was probably, if you were going to pick a race to fail, it's probably the best one to fail,
Yeah,
honestly.
absolutely, because it is very short, especially with the counter drifting through that ruins. That cuts off a lot of time, as you might have seen in the first, or the race against Metal Sonic. It was like my laps were 15, 16 seconds long. So very, very quick first course. But at the very least, if I mess up, it's not too long of a redo.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, because Sonic has just now started his 3rd lap, so we're good. And
Yeah, it's worth mentioning, actually, this is one of the benefits of playing on on snow and on easy, because if you're playing this game on medium or hard, especially hard, it's incredibly hard to one-cycle these levels and get all the coins, all the emeralds, and still finish first. So the fact that we can play on easy is very nice.
Yeah, makes it a lot better for mishaps like that. So now we're moving on to probably one of my favorite songs of the game in Reactive Factory.
Favorite song of all time, bro.
Oh my goodness, same. Okay, love the song.
Song is unreal.
The soundtrack for Sonic R by far is my favorite Sonic soundtrack, without a doubt. Like, no hesitation. I'm picking Sonic R as my favorite Sonic soundtrack.
It might be my favorite as well.
It's just that good.
It's up there for me if two Sonic Adventure games. Honestly, it's so freaking good.
It's unreal. It has no business being in any video game. It should be its own thing. Like, it's crazy that it's
Pinball.
I agree. Like, whoever's Sun is should just release it as a solo album. I haven't been a part of a game, but like, I'm glad they did it here. I'm glad they did. They made this 1997 Sega Saturn game very memorable in the end, and like, I'm glad about that.
And that
sure did.
That is one of the things that I did not mention. I am playing on the PC port, which has the best load times, as in no load times, as opposed to the PS2 or the GameCube or the Saturn versions, which all have varying load times based on their hardware.
Yeah, so when I have done runs of this game in the past, I've played on PS2, and the loading times are about maybe 7-8 seconds. And the frame rate is a little bit slower as well, because it's on PAL, which is only, I believe, 25 FPS. Whereas on PC, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's 30?
Yeah,
could be mistaken.
I believe it is 30 FPS on PC as well.
Yeah, that basically means every 6 seconds, PC saves a second over PAL versions of the game, which is quite something.
There's a trick here on this course specifically with that plunger section and the what was I going to say? The plunger section and going up over those reels that I can try to show off here this time around. But it's what I think we call a quick drop or a fast drop. Coming off of this little area here, if I hold down the jump button, or if I jump early and hold it down until I get up here and then let it go, Knuckles you actually drop to the track a little bit faster than if you were to just stand and wait, or if you were to just have the jump as normal. It saves maybe a second or two, not even a full 2 seconds, but maybe a second over the course of 3 laps. But when you're doing a racing game where the world record is under 12 minutes, any kind of time save is in-game time. Any kind of time save is much appreciated.
For sure. It's actually a great track to show off more of the counter-drifting tech, especially on the last turn, after the big jump up that's coming up here. Mm-hmm. The counter-drift here is really, really exaggerated, as you will see now.
Yes, it's especially if you watch how Knuckles is leaning one way but still turning the other way. That's kind of indicative of getting that counter drift.
All right, man. On track to go. And then everybody truly is Supersonic Racing.
Yeah.
I'm Supersonic Racing.
No, I'm Supersonic Racing.
No, I'm Supersonic Racing.
I'm pretty sure producer Ray is also Supersonic Racing, but I could be wrong.
I'm sure they are.
True.
I'm sure they are.
Very real.
This is actually the course that I was worried about messing up on or needing to redo, because the emeralds that you get, because of little sections like that, but the emeralds that you get on this course are hidden under pyramids that emerge, that kind of like come up as you. I am not getting any rings here. That's not good. That jump up, as you open up the gates. So if you don't see them and you don't listen out for the jingle, you can miss the emerald completely, and it's bad news bears. So this was the one that I was a little bit worried about messing up on and missing the emeralds on. All right.
You can see j0kerr on purposely jumping over the zipper on that end section because you are going to need all the rings you can get. You need 50 here for this emerald. After you grab this coin here. You need 50, and this is the emerald he's talking about.
Got it. I heard. I heard the jingle. It's very faint, but it's there.
Great. That's the emerald that they were talking about, and it's really, really like you say, it's really, really faint. And then you need another 20 rings for this here, and then they're gonna get this emerald here. Very nice.
So the reason we do, like I said, the reason we do easy, we kind of explained it a little bit earlier. I don't remember if Hypno mentioned when you play through the rest of the courses, the other races are actually replaced by their mech versions in medium and hard. So it, and I don't remember if you mentioned that or not.
I didn't. I brought up medium and hard, but I did not bring up that fact.
So that's what makes it even more difficult, especially if you do the reactive factory as your fourth race instead of your first race. It makes... Okay, that's fine. But doing reactive factory as your fourth means that you're going up against four of the metal versions. And Egg Robo, much like Robotnik himself, can actually shoot projectiles at you. And it can really throw you off guard and make you miss turns and miss jumps and whatnot. So we play on easy, and we do the routing specifically so that we avoid like that. So that we... As he does shoot me, and he's probably going to shoot me again here in a moment.
Oh my goodness. Nice wall.
Yeah. Well, I was not wanting to play nice there, but at least we avoided. Okay. And this is this was the other track where I want to get a small amount of rings, because coming around that corner with the small amount of rings is actually faster than getting a full 50 and then looping all the way around to the finish.
Yeah, because getting 50 rings there, like whilst you're going fast, it does take forever. And worth mentioning here, we are picking Supersonic.
And yeah,
and we're going to the final level.
We are on our final track here. And this is the first one where you will be playing against all of the metal versions. But it's with Supersonic, if you can also control your drift a little bit, it's much easier than you'd think it would be.
Also worth mentioning that with ring routing here, you want to get 100 within around the first lap and a bit, because you unlock you're good. You unlock a shortcut with 50, not this one. You ignore that one because it's actually not as fast and not worth the 50 rings. You want to wait to get 100 rings-ish, because this shortcut coming up right at the start of this lap costs you 50 rings, and then immediately there is a zipper where you want 50 rings again. So 90 goes to 40, as you can see in the top left. I mean, they're going to try and get 50.
That's
unlucky. Right. That's fine. I mean, 47 is so close to 50. That time loss is not really going to be felt. And yeah, and now the ring routing becomes a lot easier, because yes, you need 50 rings for the final lap, but you don't need to open the shortcut again because it's already open. So you already have 38, 12 more, and you've got the optimal setup.
I'm feeling fine as far as getting the rings. It's usually controlling Supersonic after controlling Knuckles for most of the game. It's a little bit of a shift, and getting that first lap is just trying to get Sonic under control is what gets a little bit hectic, especially around this corner. This turn is why one of the small things I like about any percent over 100% is with Knuckles, you can actually skip that completely, clip into the wall above that helix. So you
worth mentioning, time's coming up.
Yep, and time.
So much information we could barely cram it all in. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That is
very good.
Even with a little bit of a mishap, that is Sonic R. I'm going to go ahead and hit the exit so that we can listen to that's also the symbol of hitting 100%, essentially getting all of the emeralds and getting all of the extra characters.
That was really fun.
Yeah, but that is Sonic R 100%, no out of bounds. I adore this game. It's a blast to play. It's very easy to pick up as well, especially the any percent routes. With Knuckles as the main character. There's also a new game plus category, which is technically all 5 races with Supersonic. And that one, I think the world record is just over 4 minutes in game time. So it flies by. It's a very short game to go through all of the tracks, but it's a lot of fun to play. And there is a lot of in-depth strategy and like learning how to use the drift mechanic properly. And there's even wall drifting and wall bouncing that I don't implement myself because I'm not that good at it. And it's yet another way to speed up, gain more speed, is bouncing and drifting into the walls. So there's even more tech that I don't implement in my runs, just because I'm not, that good at it yet and haven't really practiced that. But there's a lot of in-depth stuff to it. It's a lot of fun to play, and it's a very short run, so it's something very easy to get into and set up and get yourself rolling.
Sir, I mean, look, I said they were gonna kill it. They killed it. I mean, yeah, that was a great run. If not for Resort Island, that would have been quite literally perfect. I mean, that wall in Regal Ruin was tough, but like literally 2 things. I mean, you can't be mad at that.
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Run. Very happy with that. Hypno, do you have anything you wanted to say or share?
The only thing I want to say is that j0kerr's a legend, and you should check them out on their Twitch because they be playing this game, they be playing other games, they deserve it, they deserve your attention. Do yourself a favor and follow them. You're not doing them a favor, you're doing yourself a favor. So, that's what I gotta say.
I appreciate that. And I also want to extend the shout outs to Hypnoshark as well, who's a world record holder in multiple Crash Team Racing categories, Crash Tag Team Racing, just a bunch of the Crash games. He plays all through those, Spyro as well. Hypno is a blast. His community is fantastic. Go give him a follow as well. Go enjoy yourself some Crash Team Racing. He does play Sonic R on occasion as well. And the chat and the community makes sure that he doesn't talk during his Sonic R runs so that we can listen to the music and spam all the dance emotes and do everything in the chat through his runs. So go give him a follow as well.
That. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm on Twitch, just j0kerr. You can also find me on Twitter or whatever it's called nowadays, just_j0kerr. I have like a bunch of my other socials that are on there as well. If you wish to give me a follow, shout outs also to Mr. Shasta for having me on, for Railcoon as well for being an amazing producer. Making sure the show runs smoothly. Thank you both for having me on. Thank you all for having me on GDQ. It's been a blast. And that's the end.
There it is.